order, Ms. Sultana. I do not have to repeat myself more than once. This is a continuation of the debate. The statement, the UQ, forgive me, has concluded.
Good evening, viewers. Today, we turn our attention to Westminster and to one of the most dramatic performances Parliament has seen in recent memory. Forget the scripted drama of Netflix or the polished emotion of the West End. What unfolded in the Commons could rival both for intensity and flair. At the center of it all, Labour MP Zara Sultana, a figure well known for transforming debate into theater, where every gesture and line feels rehearsed for maximum impact. What we witnessed wasn't merely a political exchange, it was a performance, carefully crafted, emotionally charged, and unmistakably designed to dominate the spotlight. Before we go further, a quick note. If you value honest, fact-based political commentary, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Around 90 to 98% of our viewers watch without subscribing, and your support helps us continue bringing you the analysis that cuts through the noise. Thank you. Now let's examine exactly what happened on the Commons floor.
Maccabi Tel Aviv's racist fan hooliganism cannot be separated from Israeli militarism. Many of these fans are active or former soldiers who have taken part in Israel's genocide in Gaza.
I have to say that she is doing the people of Birmingham no favours with that sort of rhetoric, blaming, in many cases, British citizens who happen to support Maccabi Tel Aviv for actions that are taking place in the Middle East. Conflating being Jewish and Israeli, I have to say, I'm afraid, is in itself anti-Semitism. I think she should take more care with her remarks.
Is it an appropriate point of order? Zara Sultana, point of order.
On a point of order, Madam Deputy Speaker, in my question to the Secretary of State, I clearly stated that Maccabi Tel Aviv football team is inextricably linked to the Israeli state, which is an apartheid state. The boycott of apartheid regimes, such as apartheid South Africa, is a legitimate political stance. To label such a position as anti-Semitic, as the Secretary of State did, is entirely false and dangerous. And the way the Secretary of State has referred to me and my colleagues is also laced with Islamophobia.
Order, Ms. Sultana. I do not have to repeat myself more than once. This is a continuation of the debate. The statement, the UQ, forgive me, has concluded. I will give the ministers a few moments to swap over as we move on to the education.
Picture the House of Commons on a busy afternoon. The benches are full, the atmosphere thick with expectation. Papers rustle, whispers fade, and all eyes turn to the floor. There's a sense that something is about to happen, something memorable, perhaps controversial, and then standing amid the green benches and centuries of tradition, Zara Sultana rises to speak. From the moment she begins, it's clear this will not be an ordinary intervention. Her tone is deliberate, her posture firm, her intent unmistakable. The air changes, anticipation replaces the usual parliamentary murmur. This is not just politics, it feels like performance. Madame Deputy Speaker, she begins, her voice echoing with conviction. Maccabi Tel Aviv's racist fan hooliganism cannot be separated from Israeli militarism. A bold statement, direct, emotionally charged, and politically sensitive. It lands heavily across the chamber. Some MPs glance down at their notes, others exchange uncertain looks. It's a sort of declaration that sends tremors through the Commons, not for its phrasing alone, but for the sheer certainty with which it is delivered. For Zara Sultana, this isn't mere rhetoric. It's a moral declaration, a fusion of politics, protest, and principle. But it's also theater, the pauses, the emphasis, the raised eyebrow, all deliberate tools of persuasion. Every word is chosen not just to inform, but to provoke reaction. And that in itself speaks volumes about how modern politics has evolved. The Commons, once the arena of debate and discipline, now often doubles as a stage for spectacle. Across the aisle, Lisa Nandy, the shadow cabinet minister, listens carefully. Her expression is composed, but her intervention, when it comes, is measured, even cautious. She rises slowly, offering respect before disagreement. Her words are diplomatic, her tone a study in restraint. Zara, she suggests, your passion is understood, but perhaps, just perhaps, you're directing it at the wrong people. The chamber exhales slightly. Tension softens but does not disappear. It's the parliamentary equivalent of someone placing a calming hand on a ticking clock. But in politics, passion doesn't yield easily to reason. Zara Sultana rises again, her voice sharper, her resolve deepening. On a point of order, Madame Deputy Speaker, she declares, the phrase itself a cue for confrontation. To invoke a point of order is to seize back control, to assert authority within the system's rigid boundaries. And with that, the chamber tightens once more. The boycott of apartheid regimes is a legitimate political stance, she proclaims, her voice resonating through the microphones and across the watching world. It's not just a statement, it's a manifesto condensed into a sentence. Her delivery is relentless, rhythmic, almost rehearsed. Each line builds upon the last, drawing energy from conviction. And as she speaks, one begins to see the broader truth. This is no longer a simple debate about policy. It's about identity, justice, and moral clarity, at least as she sees it. Yet in the Commons, where rhetoric meets restraint, such passion can both inspire and divide. Across the benches, reactions vary. Some nod subtly in agreement, others frown in disbelief. A few exchange silent smiles, aware that whatever happens next, this moment will dominate headlines before the day ends. And then it happens, the moment that will define the day. Zara Sultana accuses the Secretary of State of engaging in what she terms Islamopath, a phrase that catches even seasoned observers off guard. The chamber falls into stunned silence. A few MPs shift awkwardly in their seats. Order, order, calls the deputy speaker, her voice echoing with both authority and disbelief. It's a rare intervention, but a necessary one. Parliamentary decorum, after all, relies on precision, and this new, unrecognized term sends the chamber spiraling into confusion. You can almost feel the collective pause, the British instinct for order momentarily overruled by the chaos of language. And then the ripple of murmurs begin, a mix of curiosity, amusement, and quiet discomfort. The deputy speaker's intervention restores structure, but the atmosphere remains charged. Sultana presses on, her defiance undiminished. The benches opposite seem divided between admiration and exasperation. A few MPs glance at the clock, others scribble notes, perhaps for statements or future debates. And somewhere behind the official faces and composed expressions, there's the quiet acknowledgement that this, for better or worse, is what political communication now looks like. The performance ends not with applause, but with a procedural close. The debate has concluded, announces the deputy speaker. The words land softly but carry the weight of finality. The chamber exhales. Ministers shift papers, advisors re-enter the room, and business resumes. Yet beneath the routine, there lingers a shared recognition that they have witnessed something rare, part conviction, part theater, and entirely unforgettable. What we witnessed was not simply parliamentary debate. It was the evolution of politics into performance. In another era, the Commons was ruled by restraint and decorum, discipline, and understatement. But in today's world, where every speech is clipped for social media and every gesture captured for virality, passion has become a political strategy. Zara Sultana embodies that shift. To her supporters, she's fearless, unafraid to challenge authority, unafraid to bring emotion into a space long dominated by procedure. To her critics, she represents the blurring line between activism and statesmanship, the replacement of quiet diplomacy with dramatic confrontation. Yet, perhaps both perspectives contain truth. The modern MP must not only legislate but communicate, not only persuade colleagues but connect with the public beyond Westminster. In that sense, Sultana's dramatic delivery is not accidental. It is calculated, crafted for a world where politics is consumed, not merely observed. As the Commons returns to routine business, education statements, local questions and motions, one can't help but reflect on what we've seen. A young MP standing at the heart of power, turning parliamentary formality into political art. A chamber caught between admiration and disbelief. A debate that may fade from the record, but will live on through the replay button. And it raises a broader question. Has Westminster, with all its gravitas and history, become not just the seat of power, but the stage of Britain's political theater, perhaps. But theater in its finest form reveals truth through performance, and if nothing else, Zara Sultana's impassioned appearance reminded us that behind every speech, every exchange, and every headline lies the enduring struggle between passion and politics, between principle and presentation. Because in the House of Commons, as in Britain itself, conviction still matters, and sometimes it takes a moment of drama to remind us why.